Phrase 2 is the end of the main riff. Here we start out with the same structure, the open A5 chord, double palm muted open A notes, C5 on the 5th fret of strings 3 and 4, and a slide down to G, strings 3 and 4 open. Next is another A5, then 2 more 5th string palm mutes, then comes the change. Here I'm playing an E5, which is the 5th string 7th fret with the index finger, and 4th string 9th fret with the ring. With your fingers in place, strum down on strings 5 and 4. Using the same fingerings, drop down to D5, which is a 5th string 5, along with the 4th string 7th fret. Strum up on strings 4 and 5. Next we use the same fingers, but drop down to another C5, which is a 5th string 3rd fret with the 4th string 5th fret. Play the C5 with a downstroke on strings 5 and 4. Then we end on the open G5, which whenever possible, Randy would isolate the strings he wasn't playing so he could prevent unwanted notes from ringing out. When he played this G5 chord, he would often mute strings 6 and 5 with his thumb and strings 1 and 2 with his other fingers. Here I'm lightly touching the strings, and this way if I accidentally strum them, they don't ring out. Altogether, the end chords are E5, D5, C5, G5. Picking down, up, down, up. Here's phrase 2 with a slow practice tempo. Phrase 3 changes things up a bit for the chorus. We start on an open A5, a single palm muted open 5th string, then we move up to the C5 on strings 3 and 4. This is played by barring your index finger on the 5th fret. Play another palm muted open A, C5 again, then move it up 2 frets to D5, which is played on the 3rd and 4th strings, 7th fret. I personally bar the C5 and play the D5 with my ring and pinky, but you can also move the barred C5 up, or you can bar it with another finger. Next, we'll play the open G5 on strings 3 and 4, and bend a G note on the 6th string. Give it a slight bend, and play an A5. For the first ending, play the 4th string 2nd fret with artificial harmonics. The best way to achieve this is to allow your fingertip of your picking hand to lightly touch the strings as you pick the note. Where you pick will also affect the tone of the artificial harmonic. The first time this section is played, this harmonic is played by itself. Later in the song, the same fill is played, but you alter the pitch with the whammy bar by dipping and returning. It's up to you to decide which variation you would like to play. After the artificial harmonic, the rhythm repeats. A5, palm mute, C5, mute, C5 to D5, open G5, G with a bend, to A5, then end with a slide from the 6th string 17th fret down the neck. Let's put it all together at a practice tempo, then we'll combine the main riff and chorus at full speed.